Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this recording. I know some of you are not catching this in live time, you're catching it after the fact, but you're here because you're thinking about possibly doing what we do as a coach and you're very interested. And so we really felt like, as a team, we felt like it was important to not just give you one of our stories, but instead for you to hear some of the other ladies from our team and how they have made this business work for their life, how it's changed their life, and kind of why they love the opportunity. So today you'll be hearing from a few of the coaches on our team. They'll share their story with you, and if they're the coach that invited you to this opportunity, they'll be the one who follows up with you after you watch this. So I am going to first turn it over to one of my veteran coaches, Michelle Krill, and she's going to share her story with you now.
Hi there, Michelle Krill. So I have been following Beachbody programs for just about 5 years. It's almost exactly 5 years from my very first time I pressed play with 21 Day Fix Extreme. And it was a couple of months until I started coaching, but I can tell you that over the past almost 5 years of coaching is probably like 4.5 years now. I have a few things that stand out for me that really have made a difference in my life and the reason why I stay with it. So number one is accountability. Obviously income, the knowledge I've gained, the sisterhood, the teamwork, and then just the overall confidence I've gained as a person. So when I say accountability, I'm going to keep all this pretty short, but you know that when you want to stick with something that you need to hold yourself accountable. But when it comes to coaching, just like with your health and fitness journey, it's nice to have a team to get information from and to also help keep you accountable for your health and fitness journey, but also for your business goals. And if one of your business goals is income, then you have every opportunity to make the income that you put in the effort for. So I pretty much operate with the hobby mentality with a little bit leaning toward the income opportunity. So I do a mix of both because I'm also working full time. But that's what's so great about it. It's flexible. Like you get out of it what you put into it. And Beachbody doesn't provide any sort of like guarantee for what you'll make, but it is true that the effort you put in is the reward you gain on the outcome. As far as knowledge, sisterhood, and confidence, all of those things are just, I have learned so much about myself as a person, about my ability to work with others, and just how much I actually need other people in around me to succeed. They say that you are kind of made up of the 5 people you surround yourself with most. And I find that I surround myself with so much positivity from my coaching besties. I like to call them my coaching besties, that it just helps me. When I need information, I can go to them. When I need lifting up, I can go to them. And I just overall know that when we're in something together for the same common mission, that I have more confidence in what I'm doing and my ability to succeed. So those are some of my top reasons that I love coaching and that I continue to stick with it quite a few years after starting up. So I'm going to send it back, I guess, to you, Sarah, and you can introduce the next person.
Sure. So thank you for sharing your story, by the way. It's always fun whenever someone sticks around. I think that's something that you guys really need to pay attention to as you're considering the opportunity, is like, wow, this person loves it enough that they stuck with it for not just a month, not just 6 months, but like 4 years. And I just want you to, Michelle's not going to toot her own horn, but I'm going to say it, like, think about the magnitude of people that she's helped over that big period of time. Like, it's a lot of people. It's a powerful thing. So hats off to you for sticking with it for so long. So the next coach that I'm going to introduce is Melissa Klein. She's going to share with you her story and tell you a little bit about her coaching journey now.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Melissa. Sarah is my coach. And I'm a married mom of 3. I live in Pennsylvania. Sarah and I actually went to high school together. And then we reconnected because of Beachbody. I was following her posts. And I was always kind of envious of her lifestyle. I wanted what she had. I was hanging on to 30 pounds of baby weight, and I saw Sarah working out and she was meal prepping and buying her kid like all these fun toys and doing fun things with this money she was making from this side business while she was working full time. And she was happy, and she was always reading books and sharing positivity. And I was really envious of that. And I would always stop my scroll and read what she had to say. And I silently creeped for years. And she was hosting a nutrition challenge. And that's when I reached out to her. I had no idea what a challenge group was. I had no idea what Beachbody was, but I knew that I needed help with my nutrition. So I was freshly postpartum from my third child. I was still wearing maternity pants, like I said, still hanging on to 30 pounds of baby weight, and I needed to find myself again. I slipped into a depression, and I was super lost and stressed out and depressed, and I needed a change. So I joined as a client first, and I did one round of 21 Day Fix, and I loved it. I loved the atmosphere of the challenge group. I loved the community and the support of the sisterhood. I was learning so much about nutrition. I lost 5 measly pounds, but I was over the moon about it. And Sarah approached me about coaching. And at first I was like, I don't know, like I don't have time, and I was still 25 pounds overweight. Like I don't look like a coach. I knew nothing about living a healthy lifestyle, but she started tugging on my heartstrings. She's like, well, what if you could make enough money to cover your Shakeology? Because that was not in our budget. I am a stay-at-home mom. Like I said, we have 3 kids, and Shakeology wasn't able to fit in there to the budget. So she's like, what if you could pay for your Shakeology? What if you could help buy the kids stuff? What if you could pay for your own trips to the salon to get your hair done and all this stuff? And I was like, well, that would be pretty cool. So I jumped in, was a kind of, what the heck, like, what do I have to lose? So I just jumped in blindly, and I just want to be totally honest right off the bat. I didn't really take it serious. I had the if this works mentality, and I kind of just goofed around. Like I ran free groups, and I wasn't making any money, and I didn't take it serious. I would try and do stuff with a crying baby on my hip, and I was like, I can't do this. But I didn't want to quit unless I gave it 100% honest effort. So I put my head down. I set business hours. Everyone said if you want it to pay like a business, you have to treat it like a business. So I set business hours like everyone told me to do, and I took it seriously, and that's when my business skyrocketed. I rank advanced 3 times in less than 6 months, and I grew my business to be a full-time income. So I had been a stay-at-home mom making $0 for like 8 years, you guys. And then coaching fell into my lap, and now I'm making what I made working outside the home 40 hours a week, commuting 2 hours a day. But now I work 2 hours a day, and I'm home with my kids, and that comes first. Like this is a very part-time thing. Like I am like up to my nose with kids right now. But I just wanted to point that out, that when you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. And this just really fits my lifestyle right now. Like my kids are 7, 5, and 3. We are busy, and this is super flexible. And with the Corona stuff right now, I work while they're sleeping. So I get up at 6 in the morning, and I work till they wake up. And then it's kids all day. And when the kids go to bed, I stay up. So a little bit of sleep, not binging on Netflix, like those are things I'm willing to give up to make that full-time income so I can be home with them. And like I said, the things that I cover, it's just the extras. Like just if we take weekend trips, like we took a trip to the Great Wolf Lodge, and I covered that. And to be able to buy the Sephora makeup instead of the Walmart makeup, and buy the kids shoes and pay for their birthday parties, like just the extra stuff, that's what my Beachbody income pays for. And that's super exciting because that's just extra stuff for us. So anyways, my favorite part about coaching is the community. First of all, I think it's like a handful of best friends, and we're all over the world, and it's just really cool, especially right now with this quarantine and stuff. I think a lot of us are feeling like isolated and lonely, but you always have a friend. We're like sisters, and it's awesome. And like Michelle said, the income obviously, and the accountability, because I would not I would not be meal planning and working out every day if it wasn't my job. So I think that's the cool part too. Like, it's literally your job to take care of yourself. And I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's so cool how Melissa wears so many hats and she juggles it really well. If you guys join the team, you'll get to know her better, but she does a really nice job of being a hands-on full-time mom and still running her business. So thank you for sharing that. And I think one thing, for those of you who are considering the opportunity, if you listen carefully to what she said in the beginning, she said that she followed me for a really long time on social media. It wasn't like, oh, I saw this post once and I joined. Like, I think it's important for you to know that in this business, it does take consistency, and it does take you to put yourself out there, and you need to show up and, make posts that inspire people to kind of stop their scroll and say, wait, what is this person doing? So I think if you're going to join the team, you need to come in with the mindset of, I'm ready to be vulnerable on social media, and I'm ready to showcase my life, knowing that someone may have to watch for a long time before they decide they're ready. Like, honestly, years sometimes. And I know that may seem discouraging to you, but if you get really good at being consistent and sharing all the time, it builds a pipeline of people who are coming into your business. And you don't have to worry about that one person who maybe needs a couple more months to make a decision, because your business is built on this incoming funnel of people because you've been building relationships. So just think about that. But our next speaker is one of Melissa's coaches, Melise, and she's going to share her story. She also has a little one at home with her. You probably saw her in the background here. So I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm excited to hear from you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Melise. I have a daughter. Her name is Audrey, and I actually have a little one on the way, due in August. I am married. My husband's military. We met through the military. I started coaching. I was 6 months postpartum with my daughter, and I needed something to get myself back into shape. Like, I kept telling him I was going to do it, and I couldn't. Like, I just couldn't motivate myself. I was probably dealing with postpartum depression and didn't want to admit it. And then Melissa reached out to me one day. I've been following her, and she just asked me, like, simply, like, do I want to try it? And I was like, you know what? Like, it can't hurt to try the programs, because I've tried everything else. And when I say I tried everything else, like, I probably have like a dozen other programs that I bought into to try, and it didn't work for me, like, because I couldn't get into them. But for some reason, like, Beachbody, it was my thing. Like, I love being able to hit play and just go from there. I didn't have to like flip back and forth through program books. Like, it was all there for me. It was 2 weeks. I think I was a customer for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, you know what, it makes sense. Like, let me just go all in, plus the military, so I got that discount. So I started coaching 2 weeks into it. So in June, it'll be 2 years that I've been doing the programs and coaching. And like I said, like, I started because I needed the accountability, and I wanted to lose the baby weight. I stayed, surprisingly, like, I wasn't necessarily, I would say, like, at first I didn't think I was looking for the community, but 100%, like, I would not still be here if it wasn't for the community that I found through all of this. Like, I love it. Like, girls are amazing. They've kept me motivated on days that, like, I literally wanted to throw in the towel and just say, I'm done. I'm done with it all. Like, I just want to go. They were there to keep me motivated and keep me going. So the community is one of the main reasons I stayed. I also stayed because I wanted to continue to set an example for my daughter, showing her that you can live a life with fitness and health and nutrition, and also enjoy the fun things like taking beach trips or vacations. And then also for this pregnancy, like, I really, really wanted to stay active during this pregnancy. With Audrey, I didn't. Like, I kind of let myself go, and I didn't stay active. So big thing pushing me right now is just remaining active and showing that, like, just because you're pregnant, like, don't use that as an excuse to eat whatever you want or not work out, because it is very important to continue to take care of yourself and set that example that you can do it, and it's better for you and your baby. So that's a little snippet of everything. I'm gonna hand it back to Sarah to introduce the next coach.
So one thing that is really exciting for Nalise, as she's kind of wrapping up her story and she's sharing with you that she's pregnant, she's in a really great place for business momentum. A lot of you may be considering the opportunity, and you might be thinking about kids in the future. Pregnancy really is a game changer for your business. People love a good transformation story, especially a postpartum transformation. So for those of you who may be expecting or thinking about in the future, it's a good thing. Like sometimes people will be like, oh, I'm pregnant, I don't know that I could coach right now. No, girl, like you're building momentum for like a huge opportunity. So we're excited for you, Nalise. Thanks for sharing. Okay, and our last speaker tonight is Ashley, and Ashley is going to share with you her story about how Beachbody's impacted her life and some of the programs that have transformed her into the coach that she is today. So, go ahead, Ashley.
Hi there. I'm a full-time nurse and wife and mom of an 8 and 7-year-old boys who are very active. I started following Sarah maybe about 3 years ago after she had some Paw Patrol boots for sale on the online yard sale site, and of course we had to have those. So she talked on and off about it for about a year before I finally decided to give it a try. Why not? My mom had been doing the workouts, so I was watching, but it wasn't all about working out because I'm a smaller person, never really had to worry about it. But I went through and surgery and everything, and after that, I kind of had some depression. Just felt like my body failed me. I was just irritated at that point, to be honest. So I decided to give this a try, and it was a great relief. It just clears your head. I felt better overall. I've actually never felt better. I've gained a couple pounds for me, which is pretty good. And that's all in muscle because you can definitely tell the changes physically. I've done multiple programs. I'm on my second round of 80-day obsession right now. But I just kind of do this in my spare time. Like I said, full-time working, and these 2 kids at home are crazy right now. But I do it, at work, on breaks or whatnot, in between patients. I can squeeze in some stuff, and when they go to bed, I do my workouts in the morning. I try to anyway. If not, we just do it in the evening with them playing around me. It's really easy to get it done because they can entertain themselves at this point in time. Overall, I just wanted to live a healthier life, and it's amazing how my eating habits have changed, and everyone has helped with that, and the meal plans. My mother especially still cannot believe the changes in that. As far as the coaching, I do it as a hobby. I love my job right now, but I do it as a hobby, and it's been great. We love to go to Penn State games. We've taken the kids to multiple ones in the last couple of years, and I paid for those, and swim lessons for both of them during the year, most of the months. And also, anything else extra, toys, baseball, football, gear, uniforms, everything like that. So overall, it's increased my confidence, definitely. Happiness, it clears my head. I love it. It's my time, and everyone lets me alone. So it's been great overall.
I love hearing from all of you ladies. And one thing that I'm noticing that's so common is the community. If you listen to every single speaker, they all say the same thing. They're like, I love the community that I brought. Some of them are just doing this for a hobby or just for some side money, but all of them have mentioned like, they couldn't get this community anywhere else. And Ashley kind of wrapped it up and shared that aspect too. And it's awesome to hear. And it's just so fun to see you guys stay for so long, and just the impact that you make on people just even by doing it as a hobby. It's just really awesome. Ashley kind of shared as she was wrapping up, or when she was starting, she shared that she didn't have a big transformation. And what happens typically is I get people who are on one end of the spectrum where they don't have a lot of weight to lose at all. And that's where Ashley was. Whereas sometimes people have tons of weight to lose, and they're like, and both say the same thing. I don't think I can be a coach right now because either I'm not at my goal weight, or people won't find me inspiring because I'm already fit. I don't have a journey, or I don't have anything to show. And what I need you to understand is that just because you're at your goal weight doesn't mean there's not room to go somewhere else. You know, Ashley, her figure hasn't changed a ton, but her habits have. And so for some of you who are listening to this and you're like, I'm like Ashley, or I'm like how Sarah was, like my size hasn't really changed, but man, have my habits over the last however many years. So don't think that just because you're a certain body type, it makes you not fit to be a coach. All body types are welcome here. All people are welcome here, men, female. I know we've had all women on this call, but honestly, everyone's welcome in our community, and it's a community that will open you like welcomely open you welcomely with really big arms and squeeze you and hug you. And we just hope that you'll consider it. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and we look forward to hopefully welcoming you to our team shortly. If you have questions, like I said, reach out to whoever invited you here today, okay? All right. Thank you, everybody.